Gauranga, Gauranga, Nityananda, Gauranga, 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 Nityananda, Gauranga, 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 Nityananda, Gauranga, 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 Nityananda, Gauranga. Gauranga, Gauranga, Nityananda, Gauranga, 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 Nityananda, Gauranga. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita Gadadhar, Sri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita Gadadhar, Sri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita Gadadhar, Sri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hey, hello everybody. Welcome. Oh, I got quite a few people here today already. Wow, look at 13. All right. Well, welcome. Thank you for coming. Here, let's chant a little bit. Let me know if my microphone is working okay. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Camera's not working. Get your camera working, then I'll put you up. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. There we go. Hey, River, welcome. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare. Still not working, so get it working right. Hare Krishna, Krishna. Okay, let's try that now. Okay, we got something there. Welcome there, River. Thank you for coming. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Ah, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. No, only Jewish people can become gurus in ISKCON. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Only dogs can become ecstatic devotees here and here. If you don't consider yourself a fool and a dog, then you probably won't become ecstatic. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare Hare,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare.
Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Hare Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Rama, oh my Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Advaita Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Advaita Nityananda, Gaura Chandra, Gaura Chandra, Gaura Chandra, Gaura Chandra. Shri Advaita Nityananda, Gaura Chandra, Gaura Chandra, Gaura Chandra. Shri Advaita, Shri Advaita, Shri Advaita, Shri Advaita. Nityananda, Nityananda, Nityananda. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Shri Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gora Bhakta Vrinda. Majikanda chapter 9, and Chaitanya Bhagavat. Page 350. Lord Chaitanya said, "Every day you buy offerings for Mother Ganga. Then why can you not sell me your things at a discount? I am the father of the Mother Ganga. You worship daily. This truth I am revealing to you." Sridhar was shocked, and upon hearing this, covered his ears with his palms, and he repeated Lord Vishnu's name. And seeing Vishwambara in an insolent mood, gave him the banana plates. In this way, the Lord bargained and fought with Sridhar every day. Sridhar thought the boy was very restless and young Brahmin boy. Sridhar finally agreed, "I give it to you. I will give you something free of cost. But then please leave me alone. What will I lose if I give away a piece of banana leaf and a flower and a slice of banana root?" Lord Chaitanya replied, "Good, good, good, that is enough. Do not give any more. Daily the Lord enjoyed dishes prepared by Sridhar's gifts. The Lord loves to receive gifts from his devotees. He never asks for anything from a non devotee. The Lord had desired to perform his The Lord, the Lord had desired to perform this pastime, so by his arrangement, he had Sridhar Salkola, who can understand these transcendental exchanges between the Supreme Lord and his devotee. No one can realize these super mundane activities without the blessings of the Lord. Here in this pastime, the Lord is reminding us this fact. Uh, uh, uh. The Lord Chaitanya said, "O Sridhar, behold my beauty." He's in his 21 hours of ecstasy here. He's showing the devotees different things. So, Sridhar, behold my beauty. Today I will bestow upon you 8 mystic opulences, 8 mystic perfections. The great devotee Sridhar lifted his head and saw that Vishwambara had changed his complexion, had become as dark as the bark of a tamal tree. He was holding a flute in his hands, and on his right stood Balaram. The entire scene was engulfed in glowing radiance. He saw Lord Brahma, Shiva, approach their lordships, and whilst offering lotus and betel, they began to recite verses in praise of the Supreme Lord. Anantasay stood behind the Lord and his hood above the Lord's head, like an umbrella. Saintly personalities like Sanat Gambhara, Narada, and Shukadev Goswami offered prayers to the Lord. All around, the beautiful heavenly damsels, uh, with folded hands, sang, glorifying the Lord. It's really interesting. The Lord Chaitanya, and God usually does this. He reveals himself through people that you wouldn't even believe. That could. Everybody's looking for opulence. See, they're used to opulence in the world. They look around. They say, "Oh, if it's opulent, then it's worth something." Right? Opulent people, who have great intelligence. Oh, you look up to them. Yeah. Great wealth. Oh, these are, so in religion, it's similar thing. You go to a Catholic, say you go to the Vatican, looks so opulent, it must be really real. Oh, look at how opulent the Pope is with his dress and sitting on the high throne with all their, people singing to the popes and wearing the really silk things. Isn't it funny how people look for that? They think, oh, this person represents the true God. But often the Lord, usually actually, the Lord comes in a simple way to defeat the people that develop the wrong idea, the wrong understanding. They're looking for the representative of that Lord, the one who can save them and help them, coming through something big, a big opulence, through a big exalted sannyasi or something, somebody that's sitting on a very high seat. Just like if you went to the Vatican, you'd be a very high throne up there. Oh, this person must represent God. They're all always looking like that. But how does the Lord usually come? He usually comes, he started with a carpenter. See? And then he goes, and then the carpenter makes these fishermen, these simple people, real devotees, real saints, because they associated with him. They believed in him and not the big Pharisees sitting on the high seats. They became saints. And all the followers of the Pharisees didn't get such a boon, did they? The best you can do is maybe like a righteousness if they fast well and they're honest and they piously worship God. You can also become a good Brahmin type. You see the difference that nobody understands, but how important it is, and why the Lord comes here, usually as like a nobody or a nothing, a carpenter or a fisherman, or a cola leaf seller, this poor guy. The Lord comes through him. Okay? And then these verses come. The Lord comes through a fourth class, low class person to defeat the pride of these big Brahmins. See, they glory in themselves. They glory in some opulence of the world. They glory in how many followers they have. They glory in how much austerities they do, right? You notice that? Oh, how renounced they are. Oh, man, this guy's a pure devotee. He's renounced and everything. But they can do everything but what the real devotees do, and often they are like humble fishermen or nobodies in this world, but they have the power of God to do what? To deliver people. See? To liberate them from illusions. See? So that's why the Lord does it, because people, they end up being bewildered by opulences. They end up being gurus prematurely. See, like Jesus, he could have jumped at when Maya offered him, hey, worship me, well, I'll make you prematurely like an important person, and many people will come and follow you. And Jesus said, no, 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 I'm here. I just want to worship God. See? And he preached the glories, and the Lord made him his representative. See? And Jesus never glorified himself. He always said, of myself I can do nothing. See, all those who really know. Doesn't mean the Lord may not come through a sannyasi or a Brahmin. He came through Prabhupada. He was set up apart from that. You could see. Because even Prabhupada never really gloried in himself. He gloried in the empowerment of the Lord. He knew what that was. The Lord revealed it. He said, don't think I wrote these books. They were dictated by Krishna. Therefore, he loved them. Therefore, I love them too. I always loved them from the very beginning. Okay? And the same thing, especially those who preach these books as they are, they become lovable. Otherwise, if you don't preach these books as they are, I don't love you. I don't love what you say. Yeah. You are your word. I'm sorry, I don't love you. I don't love liars and cheat. Do you love liars and cheaters and hypocrites? You love people that are against you, that want to destroy you and kill you? Well, that's Maya. I don't love Maya. I don't love these politicians who are lying to everybody and killing them. I don't hate them either. I see they're just poor fools under the Lord's Maya. What can they do? Try to help them. See, everybody is in a fallen condition. I don't care, demigod or demon. Until you get this special mercy of the Lord, which is coming in our disciplic line, you need this here. And if you don't know you need this, well, you're lost. You gurus, you're lost. What do you got for this life? All you do is you got a bunch of followers. Oh, Guru Dave! Oh, Guru Dave! And then you die, but you don't go where I'm going. You don't go where I'm at now. You don't go where my disciples are already at. Hey, we're here to show people what is God, man. What is the transcendental potency? Yeah. What does it look like in this world? How does it act in this world? How does it roar in this world when it's a time to roar? What does it look like to have God expressing in this world? Because the only way you're going to see that is through his real representative, through real devotees who have real devotion and show you what that is and explain it nicely because they're experiencing it. They are encountering it. Welcome to the greatest story ever told. Yes. It's always whenever a devotee's here, it's always the greatest story ever told. Otherwise, what are these stories? You know what it says? There's a guy who wrote something. Jobs. Steve Jobs. He said the storyteller is the most important person in this world. The demons know this and are using the stories that people tell, that they tell, and if you believe those stories, they set for the next generation what is going to be manifested, because people will believe them and act on those stories. That is the secret of the demons. See? It's also the secret of the devotees. That's why Prabhupada took very great care to write these books, the Srimad Bhagavatam. See? Because when this story is told, people will know the difference between the highest truth distinguished from illusion. See? To liberate everybody, demons, demigods, anybody, dogs even. Pets, your pets become liberated. Wouldn't that amazing? Your family members, everything. See, when the greatest story ever told is told again and again and again. You notice the Bhagavatam has been told many times. It's always sweeter. These principles are spoken many times and deliver people, liberate them. No, they have stories and they have pastimes. Those are the ways people pass their time, being transgenders from hearing transgender stories being told on your televisions and on your news medias and on your teachers telling you stories or whatever they want you to act in this world, and you believe them because people do. They believe in authority. Okay? And if you place your authority of a mundane people are materially motivated. They don't have your best interest at mind. It always ends in faulty. It's always faulty. It's always a problem. What we do here is perfect. Can you imagine? In spite of all the imperfections you might see, Gohari's got this and that, and it's not like this or that. But this is perfect. You know why? Simple. And everybody else can give perfect stories too. That cause the story of salvation and liberation and pure devotional service, because the words here end up in that. Now I don't care how much imperfection you see here in this guy, but you can't find a more perfect result than that. And we have that result simply because they got the order of Prabhupada, see, in the disciplic line and the blessing of Krishna to make it all work perfectly. That is perfection. You can't get a more perfect result than ecstatic devotional love of God. You are now in your eternal position forever, like Narada Muni. Look, River, in spite of her little thorns here and there, she's in her eternal position. It's a lover of God. And all the thorns will fall off in due course. No problem. I'm patient. My Lord's patient. Those people who spread fake news on social media are surely demons. Yeah, I mean, there's so many. Oh, those people. Yeah, but it's not. I don't know if you're thinking. I'll tell you, those who are spreading fake news are not are the authorities. They're demons, and they're spreading fake news. They're the ones in charge. Prabhupada said, he said the Rakshasas are in charge of managing the world here. And they are. They're all coming out, man. Demons, Rakshasas, they're coming out. They're the ones giving fake news, not these ones that when you watch the news, if you still watch TV, and if you think these news commentators are giving you the real story, no, they're giving you a story, man. They're telling you to do something that is harmful for you. They say they're telling you things that are bad as good. So that's the world of good and bad. Right now, the demons are more in charge, and they tell you what should not be done to be done. This should not be done. No, no, this should not be done. But they tell you it should be done. Okay? They have motives. See, they say, "Oh yeah, so you don't spread that." No, no, so that you're submissive and controllable, and that you're under the hit. Just like a hypnotist, what they do, they do a test to see if you're sufficiently hypnotized. This is your tests out there. Okay? This is your test, okay? And the masses are under the whammy. See, and they tell you those who actually are trying to help your body anyway are liars. It's the opposite. Now you got to be really careful believing doctor anybody in positions of authorities. Most of them have sold out. For various reasons. Usually, could be fear. They get threatened or something. They might lose their job. You know how many people got this because they're afraid of losing their job? I just heard today somebody told me, well, she took the thing because, they told her she had to. Oh, well, you don't have to. Well, she'd lose her job. They'll put poison in her arm. Well, I wouldn't do that. Yeah, well, I want to keep my job. I'll put poison in that, but they don't tell you that thing. But you believe it because you want it, because you don't want it. See, people are so attached to this world, they'll do things against themselves if they're threatened. So anyway, that's the pastimes of Maya. Are you ready you want to live? You want real life? You want to relish eternal, immortal pastimes of the Lord? You want to relish chanting the holy name forever and ever and ever? You want to be protected by that holy name and pastimes of God? Well, come over here. You want to transcend hypocritically devout religious Vatican Christians and Catholic leaders and Christian leaders and ISKCON leaders and all of that. You want to transcend that illusion? Well, come here and you'll be free. And you'll be able to take shelter. And like, wow, I was taking shelter of rules to save me. I thought these ceremonies were going to save me. And I found out that actually my attachment to the transcendental Lord is going to save me. Attachment to the Word of God, the name of God in ecstasy is going to save me. Not attachment, loving rules. Rules are mundane. Or mundane loving, well, I just love my guru. Yeah, is it transcendental love for guru? Because if it is, that's loving Krishna. But usually it's not. It's just you're just superimposing your mundane love for your dog onto these gurus, or your child onto the gurus, or your spouse onto. It's still material. It ain't gonna save you, man. Your love for a mundane person not going to save you, man. Any more than love for your child is going to save you. Love for your spouse is not. Nobody can help you. No one in this world except the person who loves God can save you. Because they'll tell you the truth, even though it's unpopular. Because it'll be as it is. Look, not even the Pandavas, the husbands of Draupadi, could save her. Okay? But she turned to the Lord. Now, if there was a devotee there, maybe there was a devotee say, hey, turn to the Lord, man. Hey, nobody in our mundane life can save us. Because that's in Maya. See? But the Lord can save us, and the devotees save us. You know how they save us? With their preaching. Preaching the truth as it is. That saves us. That awakens God in our heart, man. And then, the gardener's in there, man. Wow, man, you're with my devotee. Now you're in the real process. Trust that process forever. You know? Hear from the devotees, get purified till you get so purified, then you pick up the book and you can do what the guru does. You can take shelter of the name. You get the shelter because you're attached, because you love God, and God is none different than his name. And by calling forth the Lord comes to do his little rendezvous with you now. See, you're a resident of Vrindavan. They have rendezvous with Krishna every day. I love that story in the Brihad Bhagavatamrita. Gopakumara attains Vrindavan. He's there in Vrindavan. It's a magical place. Oh, it's an amazing place. And he goes to the residence. He's looking for, where is this Krishna I've been worshiping? Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? And these elderly gopis, and they're all there. The whole village is there. The whole village is there. And they said, he's coming over from over there. It's where everyone is looking now, waiting for Krishna to come. And they all turn their gaze, and even before he comes, they're all ecstatic in apprehension. Just with that news, the Lord, he's looking over there, and he became ecstatic like with everybody else. Yeah. I love Prabhupada. You know why? Only because he's a devotee of Krishna, real one, real. Otherwise, if he wasn't, I wouldn't love him. I love him because his books are true and are glorifying the absolute truth as it is. That's how it is in Vrindavan. Everybody loves the transcendental potency, but they don't love those who identify with the material potency because they love the material world. See, you can't, that's why they don't love Krishna. They don't love the spiritual potency. That's why often they're against the devotees because they don't love the spiritual potency. They're contaminated. And that's the mercy of the Lord and the devotees. They know that. They come to this world to help people become attached again to the spiritual potency. You notice how that works here? And it doesn't seem to work anywhere else that I've seen. Because most of you are being fooled by these persons who are not themselves attached to the spiritual potency. They don't even know what it is, and they certainly can't preach about it. And we're here to snuff them out, man, to show the world, just like the world is, everything's being revealed. You find out who's really a demon. Oh, wow, I thought Fauci was for me, and I didn't know he actually had material motive. He wanted to profit from me. He's part of this new world agenda to get rid of at least 85% of the world. I didn't know that Bill Gates was part of the depopulation program, and I thought they were for me. I didn't know that the Pope was a pedo, and I thought he was a man of God. Well, not the shadow God. I didn't know these gurus by hook or crook got in there. I didn't know that, that I thought I could worship them and get Krishna Vrindavan. But who has proven they got Krishna Vrindavan? I think River has proven that. Even with the thorns, she still got Krishna Vrindavan. Could you imagine that? Mike tells you, my Lord that I worship is pretty merciful. He ain't waiting for you to be perfect. Sweet, like like an angel all the time, angelic, You ain't waiting for that, isn't that? That's the, that's good news, man. Man, that is hope for the world. Everybody thinks you got to be like Radhanath, lived in a cave for 5 years, man, and you're the perfect devotee, man. You're perfect in this way and that way. Therefore, oh, you have the mercy of the Lord because you're perfect. And people have no idea. You're following the wrong path, man. You need to follow the person preaching the real truth, man, showing the actually who and what God actually is. Show what is attachment to the transcendental Lord. What is attachment to the holy name? Preaching the simple truth, man. Just what Lord Caitanya did. Those who chant the holy name with great ecstatic devotion are certainly the associates of the Lord that you need to associate with. And then very easily you're delivered simply because the Lord loves his devotees and he loves those who are friends with his real devotees. And he pays these people no mind who don't care nothing. What do you think? You think Radhanath is important to the Lord? You think Jaipataka or any of these gurus are? They don't even care about our preaching. Our Charya Day, we preaching every day, and this is the spiritual potency, man. I haven't seen preaching like this anywhere, and it's only because of that special mercy of the Lord. And they don't care anything about it. Their followers don't either. Well, hey, man, what's that telling you? Why do you really want Krishna? Why are you following that path? I'm following this path because every day I rendezvous with Krishna and I feel it. I feel it. Spiritual feelings. It's about feelings. And you get revealings because of spiritual feelings. It's about spiritual feeling and revealing. Isn't that why Jesus Christ had, the Sermon on the Mount, because of his intimate feelings for the Lord that were awakened? And we got all these friggin' gurus on their thrones with no spiritual feelings that I've seen, and you've not seen them either. Ask Janaki. She had him come to her house how much spiritual feeling they had. Ooh. Okay. Lord Chaitanya instructed Sridhar, Sridhar, say something in glorification of me. Sridhar then replied, Dear Lord, I am an illiterate and foolish. What intelligence do I possess to glorify your lordship? This is a good way to start. This is how a devotee feels. What intelligence do I have unless you give it to me? And what kind of feelings do I have unless you give it to me? Yeah? Dear Lord, I am illiterate and foolish. However, the Lord said, always whatever you speak is in glorification of me. See? How many people do that? How many people teach you about who is to be glorified? Do they teach you about what is a real devotee of the real Lord? How many people are teaching you that? That's your real friend. Until a person has ecstatic love and is really conclusive, you can't fully trust them. So don't let Maya trick you. Okay? However, the Lord said, always whatever you speak is in glorification of me. Even that, he says, I'm just a foolish, illiterate person. What intelligence do I possess to be able to glorify you? See? That's the conclusive truth. You see? That's how devotees feel. That's how Prabhupada felt. Look how intelligent Prabhupada was. Why? Because he knew how it works. He believed in the verses in the book. He could relish that truth. What did Krishna say? I am the intelligence of the intelligent. A real devotee revels in that. A false devotee, a false follower, a putana, an unpurified soul, they revel in their own intelligence. See, they can't relish transcendental mellows of that truth. And oh, actually, Lord, he's the he's the intelligence of the intelligence of the intelligent. So everybody looking for the real path, you need, if you follow this advice, and it'll lead you properly. Look for where Krishna's intelligence is, and if you've studied Prabhupada's books enough, or you're really sincere and you're really looking, the Lord will inform you. And actually, here, as you're studying these books, you can see, you can check what is coming from this mouth. Is it follow in the line? Is it clarify these verses here? Because the only way that can happen is if the Lord bestows the right intelligence. I can't do it on my own. No one can. The Lord's intelligence is beyond genius. No one can have that intelligence unless the Lord gives it. Just like you can't be an Einstein. Well, I think I'll be Einstein tomorrow. Well, even more so, you cannot have the Lord's intelligence unless He awakens it in you. I have only one issue with Prabhupada. I try to listen to him, but I cannot understand him. But when I listen to you, it all makes sense. Yeah. Well, that's normal. A lot of people can't understand. But they think they understand Prabhupada. They actually don't. They need to have these books, these concepts explained by devotees who have this kind of mercy. They worship the Lord like Prabhupada did in ecstatic love, very deep, And then look at what the changes in people that have, look at Johann. Look, he became an ecstatic devotee when he read Prabhupada's books many times, even Chaitanya Charitamrita many times. And then when he heard these verses, he heard these truths, then the understanding awoke in him simply because he followed the real process. He found somebody empowered by Lord Caitanya and Radha and Krishna. See, and then he came in the line with faith, and boom, voila. That's simple. That goes for everybody. Like a straw, then intelligence might come. Even that, like a principle to be like water. I don't quite understand what you mean there. Okay. See, by the Lord's order, Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, now presided over Sridhar's power of speech. Okay? And Sridhar began to glorify the Lord. All glory to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and all glories to Lord Vishwambara, the Lord of Navadvip. See, all glories to the Lord of the entire cosmic manifestation. All glories to the son of Mother Sachi and Mother Sachi Vishwambara. All glories to Lord Chaitanya, whose incarnation and activities are a mystery even to the Vedas. See, this incarnation, Lord Chaitanya, is even a mystery, even to the Vedas. You notice? Because people study the Vedas and they don't understand our preaching, do they? See? Because you you need the mercy of somebody who has a transcendental relationship and is in a transcendental associate of Lord Caitanya. That's why they're usually sent first, because eh, you need to have at least one associate here. And there, it's so hard to attain by your seat. They're teaching everything but this. See? Oh yeah, yeah, Narayan Maharaj. Oh yeah, you can attain this by doing strict sadhana and chant 1 lakh and do renunciations and austerities and near jals and tough fastings, and you will attain Krishna. Eh? And nobody's attained Krishna. Isn't that amazing? I looked for a year and a half. Okay, who has attained Krishna? Who has the symptoms? Who has that ecstasy I read about in Chaitanya Bhagavat and Chaitanya? No one, none. Oh, they all, oh, we have it, no shows. And I said, okay, there are no shows. And then they speak, and I said, why don't they have, if they really have it deep within and it's raging like they say, why don't they have realizations like this that explain this? Nothing. Oh, wow. See, everything but the pure and simple truth. What's taught in this book over and over again. And that's why I repeat the pure and simple truth. And then you can begin to understand it. It is very simple. Even this stuff here, Lord Chaitanya in his pastimes is not understood even by the Vedas and those who study the Vedas, the Bhagavatam even, and all of them. Bhagavad Gita, Upanishads. But if you find a real associate, he'll tell you all these simple truths. Say, oh, yeah, you want to know. Oh, yeah, you find a real associate in some lifetime if you're lucky, and that we made it really easy because we're broadcasting every day, 365 days a week, myself and my students, disciples, and friends. Every day we just boom, 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 broadcasting every day where the associates of Lord Chaitanya are and where you can easily get Krishna consciousness for real, honest, quick, easy peasy. And you had 50 years following Narayan Raj. Jai Pataka, 40, 50 years now he still has disciples. Radhanath, years, and no ecstatic devotion except here in this Sangha. Am I not broadcasting loud enough, people on Facebook and YouTube? Is there one person out there ready for their ears and eyes to pop open? No? Okay, we'll preach another day. Good, I like preaching. It's fun. What else am I going to do while I'm here? Twiddle my thumbs? No, we it's action. But I have not seen Maria being with you for the last few weeks. Why? Well, she's at her house. I'm here. Things move around a little bit. I went. I went and saw her today. She helped me with the phone. Yeah. Right now I'm in this phase. Kind of like this, and she's in a phase. She's. Yeah. Krishna always he's doing new things and changing things sometimes. She's actually has some trouble with her arm. She fell down, so it's still healing, so she needs a lot of rest and stuff. Okay, let's see. All glories to the Lord of the entire cosmic manifestation. All glory to Lord Chaitanya, whose incarnation and activities are a mystery even to the Vedas. He has appeared as the best of the Brahmins. taking different forms. Now, why was he the best of the Brahmins? There's a reason. There's a reason this glorification. It's not just, oh, it's just a word. You're the best of the Brahmins. You're the best of the Brahmins. Like a parrot. People, they recite the Vedas. Like parrots. No realization, no understanding. The Lord doesn't give them diddly squat because they don't worship the Lord in ecstatic love. Therefore, you get no revelation, no realization, because you have not very much closeness with God, the true Lord. See, as a beard is the best of the Brahmins, for one important reason, for the world to understand. Why? You can look, okay, you can know this by knowing why Prabhupada was the best of the Brahmins. Why Bhakti Siddhanta was the best of the Brahmins. There's only two reasons. Satchidananda. They were the most conclusive because they had real ecstatic devotion. They are a realized soul, Satchidananda manifestation on this planet. And they happen to be in a Brahmin body. So they're the best of the Brahmins. That's the only reason. Not because they have, like you say, well, this guy's he's the best of the Brahmins because he's a big scholar. No, they were best of the Brahmins, best of the sannyasis because of their ecstatic love and conclusive understanding. Real Bhakti Vedantas. Vedanta, true knowledge, chit knowledge, transcendental knowledge because of pure Bhakti made them the best of the Brahmins because they were Brahmins in this life. Oh, this best title does not only apply to Brahmins or sannyasis. It applies, where's the best of the Sudras? You should be looking like, hey man, where's the best of somebody in any class or outside of the classes? Like Nityananda was best of the Avaduts outside of the old Varnashram system. And acting it externally. And Shukadev Goswami was acting outside of the Varnashram system. He didn't even wear clothes. Hey, if you're in the Varnashram system, even as a Sudra, you're supposed to wear clothes, right? Didn't even wear clothes. See, so where's the best of the Brahmins? Where's the best of the sannyasis? Where's the best of the household? Householder can also have bhakti. Lord Caitanya, his devotees had one main quality. They were in any class or outside of the classes. But if they had natural love for them, they were the best of the Aborigines, the best of the Avaduts, the best of the Sudras, the best of the householder, the best of the sannyasis, best of the Brahmins. Matter of fact, if you were a Brahmin, and externally you were considered an aristocratic, the best, but not really. If there was a devotee who was a Sudra and you wanted the mercy of Lord Caitanya because you knew this devotion is superior to the whole Varnashram system, you had to go to them. Just like now in our Sangha, we have many persons that are best of whoever they are, the best housewife, the best food server, the best cheerleader, the best this. Even big sannyasis and gurus like that Acharya Dev guy, that Radhanath guy have to come here and get mercy from you guys. Otherwise they die dry-eyed. They come back again, but you guys don't because you got the real mercy. You must have found the best of something. Yes, you will become the best of the postwoman. You're a work in progress still, but you'll get there very soon. I spent 2 days with Lalita and her ecstasy came through. Never experienced it. Kept low profile, but making the most of her ecstasy and friendship. I have a long way to go. Yeah, you see that, yeah. Well, long or short. The Lord can shorten it like that. Yeah, you want to die dry? Yeah, don't come here if you want to die dry. You can't understand that this is where it's all about. This is what Krishna Consciousness is all about. It's not about becoming a big guru or a follower of some big guru out there. The guy might be anybody could be a Sudra, but be a real associate of Lord Caitanya. That's where you should be. That's where ecstatic devotion is. That's where ecstatic devotion is quickly attained. That's where the purification is gotten to get there very quickly. Nowhere else. That's why I could settle on this place. This is where Lord is really working big time, not small time. Everybody else, they're bewildered by the opulences. Oh, look at this guru. He's a big sannyasi, does big austerities. He must be a representative of Krishna. Let me go to him or her. But you often find no ecstatic tears, no love in their heart, no deep, uncommon Krishna conscious realization. No pure and simple truths that are good for everybody. Yeah. He has appeared to the best of the Brahmins, taken different forms. He appears in every millennium to uphold religious principles. If Christians understood this, they would be a real amazed, man, because then they could look for the Lord when he comes in various forms, and then appreciate that and then learn from that. See, unfortunately, Christians or Muslims, they're like Muslims, Allah, we're only looking for Allah who we can't see, and we won't accept anything else. Okay, fine. And you stay more or less like that. Christians also, oh no, we got to see Jesus is going to come again. And how is he going to come, oh Christians? Well, each one has a different idea how Jesus. Well, he'll have a beard, or he'll be black, or he'll be white. Right? Don't they think the black people often? Well, he was actually black. He's going to come as a black man. And if you're a white guy or you're hippie, you think he's going to come with long flowing hair. You have some idea, right? But do you really know? It's always been a revelation. If you were there, the Pharisees were there at that time, 2,000 years ago, and Jesus Christ comes. And he goes and he opens the book in his hometown. And he says, I've been anointed. He's reading the verse of previous person anointed by the Spirit of the Lord, right? This is how it works. He's the same. He's the living person anointed now. He's the book, devotee Bhagavat. I've been anointed by the Spirit of the Lord to preach the good news to the poor and to set free the captives. Close the book. Oh, and this has now been fulfilled in your vision. Close the book. I close it down. Also, the same thing. I say the same thing because it's the same way. It's got to be. Otherwise, you're not going to be delivered. Not very well. You got to hear this good news. You ask my disciples who've been here around here and friends, you ask them, have you heard any good news here while you're here? I mean, the most astounding news you've ever heard before? Well, that's how it is when you're delivered. How about you gurus out there? Have you given any astounding news to your disciples that knocked their socks off? That awaken ecstasy in their heart and God in their heart, where God reveals themselves to them? Why aren't you having anybody stand up like my disciples are standing up? Because it hasn't done yet. Hasn't happened. So he opens the book and closes it. Well, this has been fulfilled in your vision. What did they do? No! He's the Lord, the Messiah. See, the Messiah is the bona fide spiritual master, the Acharya. The Messiah is not going to come as a carpenter. He's going to come like a poopy pope. Somebody going to lie to you because people believe in opulence, material opulence. He's going to come as a Pharisee, oh, look at them, sitting on the high seats, in the big synagogues, opulent synagogues. He's not going to come as a simple carpenter. See, but Jesus had the qualifications. He had the qualities of being empowered by the Lord. He spoke uncommon truths that nobody spoke before. He clarified the Bible in a way nobody did before. And for his things, he did the miracles of opening people's ears, and people think it's material. Well, it's really spiritual. He opened where they have spiritual understanding, just like here. You notice your spiritual ears are open. We have spiritual understanding in your heart. See, he had opened their eyes where they can visualize and see the Lord. You feel the Lord's transcendental presence. Otherwise, you're blind. It's not a material thing. Get your ears open and you hear mundane sound. Whoa, God, a miracle. This person opened my ears. I can hear the world, blah, 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 blah. Let me go hear more, blah, 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 blah. No, here we open your spiritual ears where you hear these verses recited and they open your heart, and you get great transcendental relish and happiness. Open your eyes to the truth. You can see, wow, wow, look what's going on. Look at that Fauci. I thought he was going to help me. And look, he's just doing his materially motivated thing. And Bill Gates and all of them and the Bidens and all, they got their agendas. It's a material agenda. It's just the same old, divide, conquer, get control and power because they want to relish material Ross of being important and false prestige and all that. And then you got the gurus doing the same friggin' thing with religion. To be important persons and to be your leader and you're their slave. See? When you find the real guru, you get freedom, man. Are you slaves? When you come here, are you slaves or are you becoming set free? See? Are you set free in your chanting? Just like the guru is set free in the chanting. Are you set free in your reading Chaitanya Bhagavat and chanting these verses or yelling them sometimes? Are you set free in your service to the transcendental Lord like your guru? Well, that's freedom. I can't give you anything I don't have. I consider that the greatest freedom, and that's your testimony. Say, yeah, man, this is fantastic. Like I do, right? See, taking different forms, he appears in every millennium to uphold religious principles. See, every millennium he does. Okay, so the question should be, okay, Lord Chaitanya came in this particular incarnation. See, Christians can't say that because they thought he came as Jesus only uh, 2,000 years ago, and Jesus said, hey, we're going to come again. But they're looking for whatever they visualize him. Oh, he's not going to come in India. He's going to come in America, or he's going to come in Jerusalem, wherever you're at, your location. He's going to come in that locale, right? He's not going to come like the whole world is not God's. Is the whole world God's or what? Does he own everything and every part of the planet? Why can't he come in India? And he did as Lord Caitanya. How do we know? Well, how do we know Jesus came? Well, he did some amazing things. He spoke some amazing things that made saints, that inspire people. Well, how do we know Lord Chaitanya was anything special? Well, man, the stories about him are not of this world. They awaken spiritual consciousness. His name awakens spiritual consciousness, awareness of the absolute truth. How else can we know that something is special, more special than anything in this world? It has to be uncommon. How can we transcend this world even? You need uncommon knowledge, because the knowledge of world isn't going to liberate you. The knowledge of Einstein and the IQ of Einstein doesn't liberate you. Oh, he's taken another birth for sure. Same thing with all these so-called intelligent. Look at this intelligent guy. This intelligent guy is a stupid fool. Part of the NWO. That stands for the New World Order. The guy is an idiot, and he's just they consider him so intelligent. That intelligence of the world ain't going to do it. You need spiritual intelligence. See, so when the incarnation of God comes, he brings forth uncommon spiritual intelligence. Now, that was Lord Caitanya. That was Jesus. You can say Jesus is the Son of God, like the great Acharya, brought forth the understanding of God, brought into this world, and that is spiritual. He said, "My words are spirit," and they were, and they are. He was a living person speaking words of spirit, right? That's what you need to find in this 2022. Somebody who speaks words of spirit, conclusive truth that awakens your heart, awakens your bliss, what deepens your understanding of the absolute truth. It's uncommon to hear that. That's what saves you. You're born of the word spoken by a liberated soul. Their words are spirit. Awaken the spirit in you. Awaken your sleeping spirit. Awaken your relationship with the Lord. They're the best. The priest is supposed to marry you. They think, oh, being a priest is supposed to marry me to some mundane woman or man. Okay, that's okay. But the real priest is to marry you to the Lord. See, by there, you notice the priest pronouncing the vows, thy will be done. Oh no, may you pronounce you man and wife. Well, that the priest, this is a shadow of the truth. You're meant to have an acharya, a spiritual master, a bona fide guru, a representative of the Lord, marry you to that transcendental Lord that they're married to, if they're really married to that. So you make pronounce those vows, but this is special. This is forever. You never get untied with the Lord. That's why the Lord waits. He'll give you the real guru, the real spiritual master, when he sees that you're ready. Maybe you're not even quite ready, and you may even leave for a while and everything, but it'll get you in the long run. He'll collect you at some point. If you had to wait for everybody to be ready, nobody be in the kingdom. Okay, I'm going to stop here. My voice is yelling a lot. Give us a word, River.
Just really kind of just listening and just letting it all go in. It's amazing, Maharaj. It's the only life. It's true life. It just gives you so much individually. It just gives us so much for what we need and what we need to take away. And it's being part of this, being part of reality, being part of this path, which is bringing reality here, and letting go of all the illusion. It's only happening here. We've done this through you now, walked this path with you for a few years now, and it's getting better and better. It's a bit more intense at times, but it's just getting better and better. And we are beginning to like live in spirit.
Yeah.
And that for me is great. This body is very troublesome. It's very troublesome here, but in spirit and coming from that platform, that's where I will want to be situated to serve that, to serve that path. And you are our connection. You hold it all together. The head. Thank you, Maharaj. I'm tired myself as well.
Hey, well, thank you for accepting this wonderful gift of the Lord.
What a gift, though.
Yeah,
What a
yeah.
gift.
What a
You
gift.
know,
Yeah, it's
more
so
than
amazing.
anything material that you can receive. What a gift.
Yeah,
Um, it's amazing. That's why I'm
yeah.
here every day, and
Me
listening.
too.
Need to move. Want to move on. Want to receive shelter and the mercy. All the time and stay in that association. You make
Hmm.
it really clear. It's like walking real life with you. Just
Hmm.
walking real life with you. It's brilliant.
Yeah,
Thank you
yeah,
very much.
yeah. Yeah, I'm also, I'm here like a listener too. I come here and this is spontaneous. The Lord,
Really
Krishna is
spontaneous.
the intelligent. If there's any intelligence here, and there is, it's by His blessings and grace. I also like, I also like to look over the videos, man. And I often it's like, wow, man, I said that. I can't believe I listened to the whole thing. I mean, how do I? That to me is uncommon. Like how do I give a 2 hour thing sometimes, like either hour and 20, and I'll listen to the whole doggone thing again, another 3 hours, and without stopping, just like so, like that's how I know it's like Prabhupada did the same thing with his books. And people were like, "Why would you read your books again? You wrote it." He says, "Well, Krishna dictated them. Of course, I love them." See, that's how it works. And if you meet somebody like that, that's how it works. That means you've found the real connection that's going to quickly take you out of this material world.
I never knew it was possible. All of this stuff, had no idea this was kind of possible, that I had this chance, I had this opportunity waiting for me, obviously until I met you,
Yeah,
really didn't realize it wasn't even a consideration to
yeah,
come out of this
yeah,
until
yeah, yeah.
receiving this
Nobody.
mercy from you.
Yeah,
It wasn't
yeah.
even known.
Nobody.
It was so
Nobody
much
knows.
suppression,
Yeah,
Maharaj, because the
yeah,
knowledge isn't there. So you kind of
yeah.
suppress yourself to be able to live a little bit. But this, it just breaks all of that.
Yeah, yeah. This is yeah. You got to find something that's the most attractive thing in the world, and
Really
that's how
is.
you know.
It
Yeah,
really is.
yeah. I mean, that's
Absolutely.
what my own. See, I come here every day, multiple times because it's so attractive. It's so getting more attractive. I said, how can this be, man? I've been doing this for years. You know, I made thousands of videos, of this sadhu sangha thing. Sometimes with empty cameras for years. It still could come back. This increases more. It's just like it's a miracle. I think this is God's spiritual potency. See, and you see more and more people come. I mean, look, we have like even at midday, 20 people here. That's and the planet gets purified the more of these talks. Yeah, it's amazing. We're playing in the normal. Yeah. Okay, good. So we'll be back, and thank you very much, and
Thank
get
you
a
very
good
much.
rest now.
Thank you,
Hopefully,
devotees.
yeah, yeah. Hopefully, you all can sleep. I know it's late. It's amazing. You guys are up. What time is it over there?
It's 8:45.
Yeah, it's pretty late to watch a discourse. How many people go to church at 8:45?
But this is just when we're ready. When you're ready, we're ready, we're there. We don't have to go anywhere. And we receive so much. We receive so much. Thank you very much.
Thank
Hare
you.
Krishna Maharaj.
All right. Hare Krishna.
Mary.
Haribo, everybody. Have a great evening.
Thank you.